Hello YouTube, today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today I wanted to talk about what we went through in order to convert this truck commercial to motorhome. If you want to know how to do that, stick around. Okay, so when we bought this truck, it was technically a commercial vehicle. It is yellow stickered and it has a gross registered vehicle weight rating of over the amount you can have for a personal vehicle. So in order to drive this vehicle, you'd have to fill out logbooks, you have to do your daily check sheet, all that stuff, which is not something that you want to be doing or forced to be doing on a daily basis to drive around in your motorhome. Thankfully, there is a way. It is not straightforward and it's not laid out on the internet very well. The information is not easy to find, but you can convert the title from commercial, or if you're driving a school bus, and I would expect if you're also driving a converted van, you can change the title through the Ministry of Transportation in Ontario from commercial or regular passenger vehicle to motorhome. This makes difference from your insurance point of view because you have done the work to convert it and you can get it valued at what it's worth, not just as a van. And it also, if you're driving a larger vehicle like this would have been a commercial vehicle, like I said, you don't have to fill out the logbooks. I don't have to go through weigh scales. I am no longer a commercial vehicle. I don't have a yellow sticker. I don't need a yellow sticker because I'm under the weight rating. Actually, there is no weight rating for motorhome, so you can drive basically whatever you want once you've converted it to motorhome. So step one of that is meeting the requirements that are, and I've got to pull this up because I can't remember. The requirements are listed in CRC 1038, which is part of the, I believe it is Highway Traffic Act of Ontario. And what it says is it gives a definition for a motorhome. A motorhome, I'm reading this from laws.justice.governmentofcanada.ca, and I will post a link below so you can pull it up. Motorhome means a multi-purpose passenger vehicle that is designed to provide temporary residential accommodation as evidenced by the presence of at least 4 of the following. So what you do is you install 4 of the following 6 items, and then you sign an affidavit saying, it might not even be an affidavit, you sign a form saying, I have done this. You don't have to get it inspected. You take it to the Ministry of Transportation. You say, I have done the following items to convert this vehicle to motorhome. I would like to change the title to motorhome status. There is another form that you fill out when you're there. I'll get to that in a minute. So, 4 of the following items. Cooking facilities. That's pretty easy to drop in a Coleman stove or whatever form of cooking you like to use. It could be an induction cooktop. You have cooking facilities. Number 2. Refrigerator or ice box. You can throw a cooler in and you have an ice box. You've now got a Coleman stove and a cooler. You're 2 out of 4 for being legally titled as a motor home. Number 3, this is optional, a self-contained toilet. In the very beginning, we had a bucket with a lid on it. Self-contained. It's contained in there. We now have a Nature's Head, which is a little bit of a step up from there, but meets the requirements, self-contained. Number 4, again, you don't have to have this. This is one of the options. A heating or air conditioning system that can function independently of the vehicle engine. Okay, so if you have a diesel heater, a Webasto or a Planar or any of those, that qualifies as a heating system. I don't know if they'd go for a wood stove, but hey, if you put a wood stove in there and it heats, it's independent of the engine, that meets the requirement. Option number 5, a potable water system supply that includes a sink and a faucet. That's one of the ones that we went for. I built a plywood counter. You guys have seen it in the other videos. If you haven't, go and watch the other videos. And we have a little 12-volt pump that I bought on Amazon for $27, and it was just sucking from a 5-gallon jug and dumping through the sink back into a 5-gallon jug. That was a potable water system that included a faucet and a sink. We also went with a separate 110 volt to 125 volt electric power supply. That's very easy to get because it doesn't say how big it has to be. So you can buy a $15 inverter from Canadian Tire. You have 110 volts. Run it from a separate battery. So we have a separate battery system in here, and it charges from the truck, but it's disconnected, so it runs separately from the truck. Dead cheap inverter, and you're good to go. Those are the 6 things that you need to have 4 of. So, cooking facilities, refrigerator or icebox, self-contained toilet, heating or air conditioning system, potable water supply, faucet and sink, and a 110 volt power supply that's separate. It actually, you know, you can even go simpler than that. You don't need an inverter. You just have to have a 110 volt supply. So you can put a shore power plug on the outside of your vehicle and 110 volts on the inside. You've now got 110 volt power supply. It does not need to be separate from being plugged into a house or being plugged into a power post at the campground. That's what you need. Once you have met those things, you've met the requirements to go and have your vehicle converted. I did write down somewhere the form that I had to fill out, and I can't off the top of my head find it here. Oh, it's an SRLV006 form, and that is at MTO. And you need a statement, not an affidavit, which you write out your statement. I have made the following changes. You sign it. You do not need to have it notarized if you go to MTO. And you ask for a vehicle class change. In my case, it was from commercial to motorhome. That's it. If you have any questions, post them below. I will do my best to answer them. But I hope that information helps a lot of people, because I had to dig a lot to find that. I went to MTO, I talked to an enforcement agent, I went to the MTO offices, and everybody will give you different answers on what has to be done. Those were the final things that I had to do in order to convert this from commercial to a motorhome title. I hope that video helped someone. I hope you enjoyed. Check out the other videos that we have posted. There are more coming. I'm doing some more build stuff this weekend, so there are always more videos coming. Stick around. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.